Microsoft released the Autopatch feature. Is it a good idea to use it? Continuing the topic of Microsoft Security Services, in mid-July Microsoft released the Autopatch feature for Windows 10, 11 with Enterprise E3 and E5 licenses. Not regular but more expensive licenses. Also, hybrid Azure Active Directory must be configured. But if everything is purchased and configured properly, then updates for MS products, drivers and other software, in perspective, can be automatically installed from the MS Cloud. And it will be more often than once a month, and in the correct way. If you install all updates on all hosts at the same time, there will be a high risk of mass failures. Therefore, patches will be installed gradually. If a failure is detected, the system administrator will be able to react and roll back the problematic patch. Quote, the test ring contains a minimum number of devices. The first ring roughly 1% of all endpoints in the corporate environment. The fast ring around 9%. And the broad ring, the rest 90% of devices. The updates get deployed progressively, starting with the test ring and moving on to the larger set of devices after a validation period that allows device performance monitoring and pre-update metrics comparison. Windows Autopatch also has built-in Halt and Rollback features that will block updates from being applied to higher test rings or automatically rolled back to help resolve update issues. Is it convenient? Yes, of course, it is convenient. Is it dangerous? Well, it depends on trust in the vendor, faith in vendor stability and security. Speaking of Microsoft, these can be very controversial for many organizations in many locations. But in general, along with Defender for Endpoint, EDR, VM, and Intune, this Autopatch feature looks like a step in the right direction for the OS vendors. At least if we are talking about desktops. If you trust your OS vendor, it makes sense to trust that vendor's services to make life easier for system administrators and security guys. I don't know if vendors of commercial Linux distributions, including Russian ones, are thinking about this, but it seems it makes sense to take such concepts from Microsoft. On the other hand, such Autopatch is not a panacea, of course. Everything is not so trivial with updating third-party software. But MS seems to have a lot of resources to gradually move in this direction. Vulnerability detection for third-party software in Defender for Endpoint works quite well, which is also not an easy task. Therefore, I think they will be able to update such software in future. If Qualys can, then MS will handle this as well.